Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today we are off for another World Circuit race. This is a race in the Jimny and this one is all about the tuning and the gear. I'll explain more in the video. First of all, we're going to head over to Willow Springs. I'm just going to make sure that we have got the difficulty set to hard. We have, so we're all good there. So we just come out of there, and then we go back to the Jimny Cup. This is one of the new ones in the latest 1.42 release. I've got two of these vehicles. I've got the yellowish coloured one and the blue one. The blue is stock, no changes. I couldn't actually win these races on hard without tuning the vehicle. So with this one, if you set the tyres to racing soft, you're going to find that you get a PP that is not measurable. Therefore, you don't seem to be able to use the racing soft tyres in this particular race. However, setting them back to racing medium, you will get a PP and then you can use those tyres. And that was the option that I went with. The suspension and differential is all stock, didn't make any changes there. The ECU output adjustment was 100, the ballast of 0, power restrictor of 100, and then the transmission and the nitrous were not changed. I've got a low RPM turbo on here, but the anti-lag system is off. I've got a racing intercooler, air cleaner, silencer and exhaust manifold. My normal carbon brakes with the racing brake pads, and I do have a brake controller on, but we just ran that at 0 for this particular race. And then we've got the clutch and flywheel set to racing. So those are all the parts that I've bought and fitted to the vehicle, which will enable you to win these three little Jimny Cup races really, really easily. So let's get into the race. This is the Jimny Cup, Willow Springs International Raceway at Horse Thief Mile. 4 laps to go from last to first, and it is a very, very easy win. So the first thing that I would suggest on this one is that you just work your way through these vehicles without literally throwing it up the inside. It's easy to get a clean race bonus on this one. Get yourself up into 4th gear and then pretty much just leave it there. You'll find as you brake, the front of this vehicle really dips. If you are turning at all, I tended to find that it would come off the track and you'd be in the gravel. Don't worry about that if that happens, because this vehicle does go through the gravel quite easily. But if you can keep it on the tarmac, it is all the better. So here, I'm just staying to one side of all of these vehicles. As they brake, just putting it up the inside. They do tend to give you a little bit of room, but you'll notice that I'm pretty much leaving this in 4th gear. Even though the game is telling me to change down to 3rd and down to 2nd, that's the little red box next to the gear that I am in. I tended to find that just leaving it in 4th gear was a really nice gear to go around here. You don't lose control, you don't get the back end moving around too much and putting you into the dirt, and it's one less thing to think about. We're up into 2nd place already, and we are only on the 2nd lap on this hard race difficulty, showing just how easy this race is. We just go up the inside of that one. Just they broke hard. As soon as you see the front of their vehicle dip and the brake lights come on, you can just get up the inside, brake in a straight line yourself, and away you go. For much of this track, there are no brake marker boards, so you've just got to pick your own turning and braking points. There's lots of little references at the side, like I'm using quite a lot of these little bushes at the side as my brake zone. But once you get out in front, you can pretty much control the race just by braking, just by using your eye on the distance to the corner, really. This is one of the quickest sections. Sometimes I take a little bit of the dirt through there. Sometimes I would change up into 5th gear, but invariably just leaving it in 4th really does work. At the end of those signs, just getting it turned in. For this one, I tended to run up towards the 20. At the 20 meter board, just hit the brakes in a straight line. Try and just trail brake into the corner. Get it rotated, and then down the hill, and again everything in this one is all in 4th gear. Between the 50 and the 20 meter board, so around about 30-35 meters for that one. Again, braking in a straight line, leaving it in 4th gear and just letting the car rotate around the corners very nicely and easily, rather than getting the vehicle under braking a little bit unsettled. I'll be honest with you, when I was first running this, a couple of times I was braking and turning and I would very often end up in the dirt. However, then I realized that if I just left it in 4th gear and I broke a little bit early and a nice gentle turn in, you can see there I took a bit of the dirt, a nice gentle turn in, and you can keep this very, very smooth, very comfortable. And already we are 10 seconds ahead of the 2nd place runner, and we are still got a fair way to go on our 4th lap. We've still got this little twisty section, so we come down the hill. You can see all the other cars on the right hand side. Again, looking for just after the 50-meter board between the two, braking the straight line, off the brakes as we go into the corner so that we don't unsettle the vehicle too much. A little bit of a slide there, but nothing too drastic. Leaving in 4th, coming around the corner, you get the sense that 4th gear is the right gear for this one. Normally I'm talking about gear changes and turning points, not in this one. Just leave it in 4th gear all the way through, and it is so easy. If you start changing down into 3rd or 2nd, then very often it will unsettle the balance of the vehicle, and you'll find the front of the nose drop in. You'll find it on the gravel very, very quickly. So the tuning is key to this one. Leaving it in 4th was key for me. Otherwise, clean race bonus. Very, very easy win. That is the 2nd of the 3 stamps for the menu book. And that's how I did the Jimny Cup at Willow Springs, Big Willow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing, because it really does help the channel, helps me out an enormous amount. And if you're a current subscriber, back for more, thank you ever so much for continuing to support my channel. It is greatly appreciated. For now, I'll leave you with this one. In the next one, we're going to be heading off to get the 3rd of the 3 stamps for this menu book, and then we'll head off to get our prize for completing the menu book. I hope to see you in that video coming very soon. Take care. Bye bye.